If Russia can fight for years while Germany struggles to refill basic ammunition stocks, then the balance of power in Europe may already be shifting. But that's the headline version. The real story is more complicated and more dangerous. Because Germany has structural advantages Russia can't easily replicate, and Russia has combat experience Germany simply doesn't have. So in 2026, who actually holds the real military edge? To answer that, we need to define what military edge actually means. Is it budget size, number of tanks, aircraft quality, industrial production, or readiness to fight tomorrow? Because Germany and Russia excel in very different categories, and comparing them on the wrong metric gives the wrong conclusion. On paper, Germany's economy is far larger than Russia's in nominal terms. Germany's GDP is roughly 4 times larger than Russia's when measured in dollar terms. But military power is not GDP, it is conversion. It is how much of that economy turns into deployable force. Russia currently spends a significantly higher percentage of its GDP on defense than Germany. And more importantly, Russia has shifted its economy into partial wartime mode. Germany has not. That difference matters, because defense spending as a percentage of GDP tells you how serious a country is about preparing for conflict. And right now, Russia is spending at levels consistent with prolonged war. Germany is increasing spending, but from a much lower baseline. So if we measure urgency, Russia clearly has the edge. But urgency is not the same as capacity. One of the biggest lessons from Ukraine has been ammunition consumption. Modern warfare consumes artillery shells at a rate most European countries were never prepared for. Russia has massively expanded shell production. Germany, along with other European states, is still scaling up. Even with new contracts and defense investments, Germany's production ramp-up takes time. Factories must expand. Supply chains must be rebuilt. Workforces must be trained. Russia, by contrast, inherited Soviet-era production infrastructure and has redirected resources aggressively. So in short-term ammunition output, Russia holds a clear advantage. But here's the deeper issue. Germany's industrial base is technologically advanced and diversified. If Berlin fully commits to sustained defense production, it has the long-term economic depth to outproduce Russia. The problem is speed. Germany has potential scale. Russia has immediate output. In a short conflict, Russia benefits. In a prolonged industrial competition, Germany's economy is structurally stronger. Now, let's talk hardware. Russia maintains large inventories of armored vehicles, artillery systems, and missile forces. It also has battlefield experience refining tactics under real combat conditions. Germany's military, the Bundeswehr, is modern but relatively small. Years of underinvestment after the Cold War left gaps in readiness, spare parts, and deployable strength. Germany is now rebuilding, but rebuilding from a peacetime mindset is not the same as maintaining wartime intensity. Russia's armed forces have adapted under fire. That gives them practical experience Germany simply does not have. However, German equipment quality is high. Leopard tanks, advanced air defense systems, modern fighter aircraft. Technological sophistication favors Germany. Quantity and battlefield adaptation currently favor Russia. Military edge is also geographic. Russia can concentrate forces near its western borders quickly. Germany must deploy eastward across NATO territory. Logistics matter. Mobilization speed matters. Political coordination matters. Russia operates under centralized command authority. Germany operates within alliance structures. That means decisions require consensus. In a crisis, speed becomes decisive. Russia likely has faster, immediate mobilization near its own frontier. Germany relies on NATO integration, which leads to a key point. Germany does not fight alone. Russia, in a European scenario, likely would. That changes calculations dramatically. Russia's army has accumulated real combat experience in Ukraine. That includes drone warfare, artillery saturation, electronic warfare adaptation, logistics under sanctions. Experience shapes doctrine. Germany has limited recent high-intensity combat experience. That creates a gap in operational familiarity. But Germany benefits from institutional strength, NATO interoperability, advanced intelligence, integration, deep alliance, coordination, strong officer, education systems. Russia has battlefield adaptation. Germany has systemic integration. Different strengths. If this becomes a long war, the question shifts. Who can sustain losses? Russia has shown willingness to absorb high casualties. Germany's political system and public tolerance are different. Sustainment is not just industrial, it is political. Germany's advantage lies in economic resilience and alliance backing. Russia's advantage lies in centralized wartime posture. Over years, Germany's economy likely outpaces Russia's. Over months, Russia may maintain sharper readiness. So who holds the real edge? If we define edge as immediate readiness, Near Eastern Europe, Russia. If we define edge as long-term industrial and economic sustainability, Germany. If we define edge as alliance-backed collective power, Germany through NATO. If we define edge as combat experience under current battlefield conditions, Russia. There is no simple winner, and that's the real danger, because deterrence depends on perception. If Russia believes Germany cannot mobilize fast enough, that perception shifts strategic risk. If Germany accelerates industrial expansion and demonstrates readiness, the balance stabilizes. Right now, in 2026, Russia likely holds the sharper short-term edge, but Germany holds the deeper long-term structural advantage. The outcome depends on time horizon. And in geopolitics, time horizon changes everything. The military edge is not a static number. It is a moving target, shaped by industry, politics, geography, and experience. Germany versus Russia is not simply about who has more tanks or a bigger budget. It is about who can act faster, produce longer, and sustain pressure without breaking. And in 2026, the answer depends entirely on how quickly Germany turns potential into reality. Because potential does not deter, capability does.